Okay, so the Philadelphia Eagles get a much needed dub versus the Cleveland Browns and advance to 3-2. Everyone's harping on the bad, like Nick Sirianni coming at Eagle fans for wanting him fired, plus admitting he took over the 3rd-and-1 call before the blocked field goal, and also said he took over a defensive call from Fangio. I'm not saying don't talk about it, but I did see some good in this game, starting with the defensive rookie duo and a sack fest from the D line. But even offensively, we saw some good things, especially from a guy who's been criticized all season long, QB1 Jalen Hurts. However, seeing Jordan Mailata leave like this is concerning. But first, check out the view on both these big time plays from the bad boys in the 4th quarter. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And I know it wasn't the exact win that we wanted, but 3-2 sounds good to me. If you agree, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss these videos. So here we were, week 6, taking on the Cleveland Browns, and it is only our 2nd home game. So you knew the fans were going to be excited for this one. Not just the fans, but the players. We got some key guys back, and they definitely contributed in this game. But one of the key guys has something pretty negative to say after a dub, and I think a lot of Eagle fans agree with this statement. It's probably the most accurate statement about this team.
Lane, it's a win, but is it disappointing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I feel like a very constipated offense. We do some good things. We have all this ability, but we have yet to prove, that we can hit on all cylinders. So that's definitely something that's going to be on our mind. I think, moving forward, that's something we got to fix, especially starting fast. We haven't done that in 2 years, so it puts ourselves in a bind. So yeah, this game was maybe a lot more competitive than what it needed to be, but hats off to the Browns, man. They played hard.
Honestly, constipated got to be the perfect word for this Eagles offense. Once again, scoring 0 points in the 1st quarter, 6 weeks into the NFL season, 5 weeks of Eagles playing football, and we have yet to score any points, not even a field goal in the 1st quarter. We can't keep starting this slow, but Nick Sirianni is not worried.
Because y'all are making a big deal about it. I mean, like, guys, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna fix it. We've known how to score in the past. Like, we get it. You guys have a job to do, and you're gonna fixate on one thing, and you're gonna be like, oh, they haven't started fast, or they haven't turned the ball over. Like, we got it. Like, we're gonna do everything we can do to fix it. Like, and I don't want that to be in their heads. That's why I'm basically telling you guys, all right, we got it. We'll figure it out.
Now, partly the reason he said it like that was due to the fact that this was the 2nd time that question was asked. And he said, yeah, the offense started slow, but the defense started fast. We understand that. But the offense has started slow, not a couple weeks, every single week. And it's concerning because it can and will eventually affect the defense if we're going against a better offense. As for the game, the Eagles get the ball first, and on 2nd and 10, they decide to do a quarterback draw. It's close, but no first down. They don't get it on 3rd down and have to punt to the Cleveland Browns, who also go 3 and out and give it right back to the Eagles. Next drive, facing a 3rd and 6, lob up to Devontae Smith, and it's incomplete. But on the Browns' 2nd possession, 2nd and 10, and a run for a first down. A couple plays later, Watson to Amari Cooper for close to a first, which they end up getting. 2nd and 9, Watson sacked by the Eagles. Mara Ajomo was the first one there, but Cooper DeJean gets the half sack. The very next play, Ajomo in the face of Watson, and he makes him throw it away on 3rd down. It was so nice to see our defensive line putting pressure on an opposing quarterback. I'm talking to Jomo. Milton Williams had a sack. Jalen Carter, Bryce Huff with a half sack. Nolan Smith got a sack, and Cooper DeJean with a sack and a half. So it wasn't only the defensive line, but Vic Fangio was playing much more aggressive with the blitz, sending Cooper DeJean from the nickel, who started over Avonte Maddox. Remember, that was key there too. And we also seen Quinyon and Slay play a little bit more press. The bye week was so good for the Eagles defense, and he did not come out with the same game plan as he did with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he was playing too much soft coverage. Let's get back to the game. On 1st and 10, Hurts to Devontae Smith for the first. A couple plays later, 3rd and 1, and we get the brotherly shove. First down. The next couple plays go to Saquon Barkley for minimal gain on the ground, and now we're into the second quarter. 3rd and 4. Hurts looking, firing, and it's incomplete. So they got to settle for 3, and the first points for the Eagles come with 13 minutes in the second quarter. Browns' next possession, Watson faced with a 3rd down. He throws it incomplete, 3 and out. So here comes the Eagles' offense, play action. Hurts to Grant Calcaterra, who gets the first and more. Grant Calcaterra filled in perfectly for the injured Dallas Goedert. Hurts hit him multiple times for big gains and yards after the catch. At this point, A.J. Brown had yet to get a catch, a couple targets, but no receptions, but you knew that was going to change. 2nd and 11, breaks a tackle for the first. And then a couple plays later, 3rd and 7, Hurts goes deep to A.J. Brown for a tub. A.J. Brown, 2 weeks of play, both over 100 yards, and when we have A.J. Brown, we're 2-0. He's just a different type of wide receiver. Right now, there's nobody in the NFL I'm taking over him. Now, before we get to the rest of the game and the fact that Nick Sirianni admitted calling the 3rd and 1 play on offense and even said he called a defensive play over Fangio, that didn't work. Plus, how good was Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, solo and together? And after re-looking at what Jalen Hurts did, this might have been his best game of the season. I'll tell you why. But once again, after we hear a word from our sponsor, Factor. Eat stress-free with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from weekly menu of 35 options, including popular options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, or Vegan and Veggie. Also discover more than 60 add-ons every week like breakfast, on-the-go lunch, snacks, and beverages to help you stay fueled and feel good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and fuel up for your springtime goals. One of my favorite things about Factor is simply eliminate the hassle of prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Simply heat and savor the good stuff. Plus, it's really flexible. I went to Virginia, paused my order, everything was good. When I came back, I got on my regularly scheduled program. You can add and subtract with ease. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code PhillyMike50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code PhillyMike50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Link is in the description and the pinned comment section. Stop ordering now. Factor will get you right. I got mine. Go get yours. The Browns start the drive with a couple big plays crossing the 50. Now they're faced with a 1st and 10. They're going to go deep, and it's almost picked by Quinyon. Browns don't get it on 3rd down, but on 4th and 3, quick pass caught by the tight end. Let's go back to that collision between Quinyon and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I know somebody should have called it, but C.J. running to the play, looking at Quinyon Mitchell and where he is, that was his ball, and that should have been his INT. Still no excuse to let the Browns convert on 4th down. While we're talking about Quinyon Mitchell, Anthony DeBonis said the performance of the Philadelphia rookie cornerback duo was very impressive in Week 6. Quinyon Mitchell allowed 1 reception on 4 targets for 10 yards and another PBU and 33 coverage snaps. Cooper DeJean allowed 2 receptions on 4 targets for 13 yards and 26 coverage snaps. Lockdown rooks. As for Cooper DeJean alone, Victor Williams tweeted, in his first starting role, he played a total of 52 snaps, 6 total tackles, 2 quarterback pressures, 1 quarterback hit, a half a sack, and probably the biggest play he made was the 4th quarter stop on Elijah Moore. If Avonte Maddox there, maybe he breaks a tackle or maybe he doesn't motion quick enough with Elijah Moore, that's probably a touchdown. Low-key underrated play from Cooper DeJean. A couple plays later, 3rd and 11, he steps up and he's sacked by Carter. Eagles' next possession, Hurts rolling out, throws, and is caught by A.J. Brown for the first. But it don't stop there. A.J. Brown gets some more targets on this drive. Jalen Hurts on 1st and 10, quick pass to A.J. Brown, and he gets close to a first. On 2nd and 1, quick pass to Saquon Barkley, and he goes out of bounds before he gets the first. I understand he wanted to stop the clock, but the Eagles had 3 timeouts. You gotta prioritize the first down over stopping the clock when you have timeouts. But guess what? It's still 3rd and 1. Why don't we run the ball? Because we never do that. 3rd and 1, blitz, and Jalen Hurts is sacked. Yeah, Saquon goes out of bounds early on 2nd and 1, and he don't pick up the block on 3rd and 1. But why are we throwing the ball? Oh, yeah, because Nick Sirianni stepped in and decided to make the call.
Obviously we'll keep stuff that I'll never try to give a competitive advantage to anybody else. So, I'll say this: I made the call on 3rd and 1. Nobody else but me. And like I said to you, sometime I did that on defense one time as well. Made a call on defense. That didn't work out. Just so you know, I'll put that out there. That wasn't on Vic. I won't tell you which play. But I'm going to do that from time to time. This time it didn't work. And so that's not nobody else but me. Then we got to do a couple things a little bit different. Sit up straight. We got to do things a little bit different.
So not only did he admit he wanted to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, guess what he also said? That he actually called a defensive play. He's not saying which one, but the play he called didn't work. I don't know. Is he just covering for his coaches or is he really doing this? So the Eagles attempt a 57-yard field goal and it is blocked by Myles Garrett. And guess who picks it up? The once upon a time Eagles safety Ronnie McLeod. And he not only picks it up, but runs it all the way for a touchdown. At this point, I'm sick. We were up 10-0. Now we're going into halftime, tied 10-10. Once again, you don't always see this type of return, right? I think it's been, 6 weeks of football, only 2 blocked field goals for a touchdown. It doesn't happen often. But if you take the touchdown away and look at the overall score, the defense did hold the Cleveland Browns to only 9. Browns ball to start the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 9, quick pass caught for a first down. A couple plays later, 3rd and 1, wide receiver reverse, and Brandon Graham says nope. That play was huge right there. Shout out to Brandon Graham for stepping up on his 200th game of his career, the first Eagle to do it, and only a couple people do this in the NFL. Oh yeah, and Cleveland missed the field goal attempt, so it's still 10-10. Eagles next possession, they're facing a 3rd down. They try to get it to Saquon, but he's short. So the Browns get the ball, and Watson will be sacked again, and then they are forced to punt. Jalen rolling out on 3rd down. He's looking for somebody and can't find nobody. But Jake the Make attempts a field goal and makes it. That means we're winning 13-10. Browns ball. They set up a screen on 3rd down, and he picks up the big first down and more. That brings us to the 4th quarter. Long 3rd down, catch, but no conversion. Eagles' first possession in the 4th quarter, 2nd and 4, quick pass, and is caught by Calcaterra. A couple plays later, on 1st and 10, they're going to hit Devontae Smith on a crosser, and Kellen Moore drew it up perfectly. Another pick play that creates so much space, Devontae Smith can gallop in for a touchdown. Let's actually take a look at this play again from this angle. There he is on the crosser. The guy got picked so good that he can gallop into the end zone for a free touchdown via Kellen Moore. Shout out to Calcaterra for the block, and go Smitty. Browns trailing by 7. Watson on a deep ball caught wide open across the 50. Talking about wide open, I don't know what happened on that defensive play, but he was wide open. The next play made me mad. Nakobe Dean learned how to wrap up. Nakobe meets him at the line of scrimmage, but he breaks a tackle and picks up the first down. A couple plays later, 3rd and 11, Watson inside the 10. Eagles defense hold, now facing a 3rd and goal, and C.J. Garner-Johnson says nope. So the Browns got to settle for a field goal. At the end of the day, Eagles get the ball back. They get it down to the 2-minute mark. The run game not really working, and Kellen calls a one-on-one for guess who? A.J. Brown. 2nd and 11, Hurts going deep, and he catches it at the 10. Let's take a look at this play on the same angle as Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown, just too fast, too strong. I'm telling you, right now, there's no other wide receiver I'm trading him for. I'm just saying. The dude's hands are just too strong. And that play sealed the deal as the Eagles take a couple knees and win 20-16. Now, mind you, we did have some injury news during this game. Jordan Mailata went out. Fred Johnson played pretty good. But check this out. Jordan Mailata leaving the stadium on crutches and not walking good on that leg. Please don't be out for a while. Let's give him some good juju, good luck, whatever you want to call it, by putting the prayer emoji in the comment section by itself or with whatever comment you have already written. As I talked about in my YouTube short that I did yesterday after the game, I don't like the fact that Nick Sirianni was yelling at the fans. I guess a fire Nick Sirianni chant broke out. Nobody knows exactly what was said, but you hear him put the ear thing up and he's getting all hype. Now, he said that players told him to go back to his emotional self, right? Jalen Hurts confirmed that he was one of the players that told him to be him. Know when to do it, but to be him, which is also what Nick Sirianni said. And that's cool, chirping and having fun. But if you're hearing fire Nick Sirianni chants, you got to ignore it. You got to act like you don't hear it. For you to get hype about that just shows that you are low key doubting yourself, second guessing yourself, understanding that your job could be hot, which is going to make you make more mistakes because you're trying to do something extra special. And that also could be why you're butting in on a Fangio play, on a Kellen Moore play. Just relax. If you're going to get fired, you're going to get fired. If you're not, it's not going to be because you're worrying about being fired. It's because you're being yourself and ignoring the outside noise. Be cocky, be confident, do whatever you do. But again, I'm going to say it one more time. You showing that much emotion for them type of chants let us know that you hear the noise too and you might be worried about it. And I think that again could affect how you coach. Just finish this year strong. We got too much talent. As for Jalen Hurts, he actually played better than I thought. I really hated the first two drives. They were literally 3-and-outs. But check out this tweet from Jake Rabati. Jalen Hurts after the first two drives. 16 of 20, which is 80%, 297 total yards, 2 touchdowns, and 152.1 passer rating. But the most important thing is no turnovers. Not just no turnovers, he ain't even have a turnover-worthy play. There were times I seen him being harassed in the pocket, and what did he do? Put 2 hands on the ball, something we need. I also saw him roll out, and instead of making that dangerous throw, he just threw the ball away. Learn to live to play another down. He did that in this game. Slow start, and that's the whole offense. And again, we are physically the only team in the NFL who hasn't scored at least a point in the first quarter. That's Jalen, Nick, that's everybody. But Jalen Hurts and the offense had the tougher opponent. When you look at the Browns defense, they're a top 10 defense. The offense is a bottom 5 offense. Real quick, shout out to Iman Robinson for sending me this on Twitter. Jaden Daniels versus the Browns. Remember, he's had such a great game. He's the next Lamar Jackson, best quarterback in the NFC East, blah, 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 blah. 14 of 25, 56%, 238 yards passing, 82 yards rushing, a touchdown, an INT, and an 85.1 passer rating. Somehow, Washington put up 30 points because they got scores other way. Dak Prescott versus the Browns. He looked good this season thus far, minus the Lions game. But the Cowboys also put up 30 plus. Dak Prescott was 13 of 32, 59.4% completion percentage, 179 yards, 3 rushing yards, a touchdown, and an 85.3 passer rating. And Jalen Hurts, now I'm going to include the first 2 drives. 16 of 25, which was 64% completion percentage, 264 yards passing, 33 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and 126.1 passer rating. And again, no turnovers. Lastly, look at this stat from Jeff Kerr. The Eagles are 11-1 when Jalen Hurts finishes a game with no turnover. He protects the ball, we win football games. And as he continues to do that, this team will start to find its groove. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Do your boy a favor and drop a comment. I honestly love hearing from y'all. Y'all inspire other videos. Also, get your factor. Click the link in the description. It's better than eating out. It's more healthier than eating out. 2-minute meals that taste good and are healthy. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Also, drop the muscle emoji. Don't forget the prayer emoji for Jordan Mailata. And if you find out how long he's out for, drop it in the comment section. If I find out after this video he's diagnosed with whatever, I'll drop it in the comment section. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.